Here.
What it do, Kripple Krew? It is and WarParty. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means? TNT, Thursday Night Talks with DBD and WarRoom. What up, WarRoom?
It's happening. I love it. This is working for me because now I can see the chat.
Yes, WarRoom. We finally got it fixed, so it's broadcasting to his channel too. I'm gonna run through the chat real quick, saying what's up to Henry G, member Kripple Krew Inc., Marco, Ground Fog, Angelo, Grand Prize Greg Vanderlip. We got Brian White and Kelly White. What it do, sis? Projectiles are sharp. What up, Tristan? How is everybody tonight? Beardo, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? So you got any plans for tomorrow, brother?
Shooting off fireworks, barbecuing.
Yeah.
More American.
Yeah.
America and carrying American-made blades, brother.
And I know you guys get better fireworks down there in Florida than we do here in Washington.
Well, I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no, but
Mrs. Deadly and I found out that last night that the Deadly daughter got invited to go hang out with homies to watch fireworks and shite. So we're gonna be doing some solo stuff tomorrow night.
That's good, you know.
Yeah.
Kids grow up and get to go out and do that. Yeah, that's cool. Now,
what's up, Jason Beecher? Oh, go ahead, brother.
My daughter is inviting a bunch of her friends over, so I'm gonna barbecue for them and watch them have some fun.
Hell yeah!
And keep Sammy corralled up, away from the fireworks.
William Hornbostel, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Now, eventually, we are going to have to talk about tomorrow's Independence Day carry, but that's for later because that's tomorrow. What was in the pockets today, brother?
Oh, me? I had I got it right here. I had a Medford Praetorian T.
A little fifth pocket knife.
Yeah. For anybody that's never handled a Medford, they're well-built knives. And I had the Chris Reeves.
And Greg is a very mild-spoken and quiet, considerate fella.
Yes. I had the Nkosi Tonto.
Nice.
Flint knife. And then I had, made less than 50 miles away from my hometown, a Hinder XM18 Warncliffe.
I love that warning. You know me.
Yeah. This is acquired through a trade with Gas Station Knives. Hell yeah. He's on it. He originally, when I shouted out I'd like to, because he hit me up for the K390 Andela that I had.
Yeah.
And he mentioned what he had, and he sent me a picture, and I said, oh, I'd be interested in that XM18. He goes, well, I'd have to have cash on top of that, or you could throw in that TRM Neutron, the titanium one. I said, I don't have a titanium Neutron. And he sent me a picture of a screenshot where you and I are together.
Yeah, he ain't getting my baby.
but DBD, I did say to him, I said, hey, but I can trade you mine, which has natural micarta scales on it, and with the code DBD, you can get them for like $60. So
there you go.
I plugged you, brother.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to beat.
Oh no, man! There's so many options on TRMs.
There, even like the flat tie is gorgeous. Their new flat tie with the man. Imagine turning one of those over to dark water, or their Python micarta, or I mean, they have so many beautiful fat carbon, so many options.
Bro, I've got 5 sets of scales for my atom. 5 sets.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Saturday and seeing who wins the tag along, because this is a beautiful little fixie.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna love it,
and I'm all in on that. I'll repute my spot on the channel.
Yep. Nope. That's definitely open for you. I'm the only one that can't win this one.
That's funny.
Kelly says me. So William Hornbostel got his Buster. So you talking about the new Civivi Buster FG, saying that's kind of heavy? Mick Ranger, what it do, homie?
What's up, Mick? What do you think of that, Henry? What do you think of that Buster?
Yeah, I'm really curious.
I've got mixed thoughts on that.
You know, I saw what Neves said, and Neves is still 100 on it. Snex, you know, he put out multiple videos talking about how that one still has plenty of life, sharpening life, but they are changing it going forward.
Yeah, and that's it. Okay, you know,
if it was perfect, why would you change it?
Right, Boo. I love Boo. Right, I've met him, talked to him. I played with both of his veins. They changed from the original vein. This new vein that he's got, the stop pin was moved because of that same issue.
Yeah,
okay? And it's like he knew he had a problem. You know, he knew it was a design issue, and they changed it. He admits
yes.
it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. It happens.
Fight about it. You just change it and move on. You know,
it happens. How companies handle it is what matters.
Yeah,
you know, that's one of the things that has impressed me the most about Molesect. Is Molesect has taken a lot of those criticisms and feedback from reviewers, from owners, and implemented it. Their first knife, the Orbit,
I remember.
I told you not to buy one. Remember?
Yep,
because I said you would never be able to sharpen it.
Yep.
And now you can sharpen an Orbit. They fixed it.
I'll give you an example of one that I bought. Was the Azusa was that flipper only model made by Misuron too.
Yeah.
And you couldn't sharpen that. You couldn't, because the stop pin drops right there. You sharpen it once and you're gonna have issues.
Yeah.
I can't remember the Cochise was
the Cochise.
Yep. Excellent knife. Excellent. I love the design. It flipped really well, but I got rid of it just because of that issue.
Yeah, it can't sharpen it.
Yep. It's like
new knife day for Beardo, Pickle Steel Warhog, yay, Impala Hunter, and 2 Freyas. Impressed with all of them.
Can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Pickle Steel. I was going
to say, I didn't know if you guys noticed my Instagram. I think it was Wednesday. I had an all Pickle Steel carry.
Yeah.
I carried a knife that you can't get here in the States. Well, you can, but nobody has.
What, so. Did you accidentally did you ban Beardo or something, Kelly? I'm not getting that one there. But Bless Knives, what it do? Good evening, Donnie B.
Donnie, appreciate you, brother. Love you.
Man, I got that video forwarded to me, Donnie, and I could feel his excitement on the other side.
I'm like a kid in the candy store to see it finally happening.
Yeah, Pickle Steel is awesome. Douglas Wagner, what's going on? No work tonight. Hell yeah. That's good. Oh, word. I got you, Kelly. I got you. Yeah, luckily I haven't shipped anything to a wrong address yet, but I have mixed up twice, 2 separate times back when I first started Pass Around Group. I sent the wrong knives to the wrong next person twice. I was sending out multiple knives at once, and BEEDC both times. BEEDC was one of the ones that his stuff got messed up. And then I paid both of the people that I sent the stuff to. I paid for the shipping in pirate ship for them to correct it. Yeah, I ended up changing the way I ship out, and I haven't done it since, but I did do it twice.
So I have sworn off the post office. I'm no longer shipping anything through the post office.
The WarRoom was getting heated with me because of the post office.
Which, tell me you wouldn't be, bro. Tell me you wouldn't be.
I told him that the stuff had been dropped off, and 2 full days, not even that, like, I don't mean that evening and then the next day. I mean 2 full days later, he checks the tracking, and it shows that it was created here, but they still didn't have it. And he hits me up, and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Bruh, I'm out of town. I dropped that in the mail days ago." It showed up to him the next day.
Yeah.
Like he was able to track it. Like he checked it the next day. It was like, "Oh, it's en route." And then it showed up to his house in Florida.
Yeah. It's like, I'm no longer using the post office.
Hayden Miranda, member Kripple Krew Wink, what it do?
What was that,
Every's EDC. Did you see his message?
Yes, I'll get what you got on that. I saw it. And yeah, we're good to go on that, brother.
So, William, the stop pin hits right by the sharpening, right behind the edge on the Buster FG. And it was pointed out by Neves and some other reviews. But I would direct you to Snex's Instagram for his reply on it. He sharpened off 4 millimeters or something crazy to take off and showed that the knife still worked. So they are moving that going forward. But you know, I do absolutely see it as an issue, but then you watch his replies, and maybe it might not affect the Buster the way it does other knives because of the super lock. But what I will say is, you know, watch what's next, the guy that made it, watch how he answered it, and see what you think.
Okay, can I say something since we're on this subject right here? We're talking about Civivi. Civivi is a major player in the knife world. And like you said, it happens, but as much research and development they have done, and as many years as they've got, and many knife models that should have never happened. That should have never ever been an issue.
That's something that by now, at least on these big knife companies that have been around, that should be part of the QC of going through prototypes and looking at it. It should be one of the main things that's checked by this point. I do get it. Some of the newer knife companies, when you're making a knife, there is so many things to try to think about. And maybe on their first couple of models, they don't get that right. But then they fix it going forward. But, you know, Civivi, Kaiser, QSP, these kind of Kubi, these kind of guys, you should never see it, ever.
Well, yeah, this game has been being played since what? Early 2000s, you know, some of these companies, you know, well, 2014 for Civivi.
Yeah,
you should have the format nailed by now. You should know what you're looking for. You know, I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel.
Bladed Ginger, Clint Crosby, what it do? William Hornbustle, if it seems too heavy for you to where the point where you're not going to carry it, then that's when I would say you might as well send it back if you're not going to carry it because you don't like the weight of it. But I wouldn't base your decision off of me saying that the pin hits behind the sharpening choil without at least looking at Snex's reply to it. But for these major knife companies, it shouldn't happen anymore.
I agree with that. Now, if you're somebody like Donnie that hand builds a knife, you know, yeah, I could understand something happening, but you know what I'm saying? They've got it in CAD, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's a formula.
Yes.
You know,
and they build hundreds of thousands of knives a year.
Yeah.
They should be able to get some of this stuff that, yes, on Instagram. Snex's official account on Instagram, William. They should be able to get these things that are definitely not minor. Right. Being able to sharpen a knife is not minor. That's not a minor. You know, that's not like, oh, they put T6s on the pocket clip. I can deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to be able to sharpen a knife.
Misplacement of a stop pin, you know, to where it's hitting. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a firearm I couldn't reload. None for now. What's going on? I'd never thought of it that way, but you're not able to reload your knife and keep it going once you've worn that edge down.
Exactly, Bladed Ginger. That's what I'm saying. It all becomes all about profit.
Yeah, true. I would buy a Law Rocket. Yeah, why not? Okay, that is one not reloadable, but that doesn't count.
Well, actually, you
can reload a Law.
I was going to say you can.
I was just like, wait,
let's go this way. You can repurpose a Law to make it the same kind of thing, just not with the same kind of munition.
Donnie Bless says that's what the New York reload is for. Just toss it and use a noob shooter. Yeah, look at Benchmade. Yeah, you use it and toss it. Oh, that's what I thought you talked about. That last one that I reviewed, the Mini Adira, that knife just blew my mind. So many cheap steps taken on that knife that they marked up because they called it water. And yet put rustable Omega springs on it. Like, not rustable, but corrodable.
I don't know whether you guys can see that, but that's a 940 Osborne. I've taken this apart and tried everything, and I'm pretty good at what I do. I cannot get that blade centered for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and that I've heard that so much.
$200 knife that I got to send back to Benchmade because
my the bug out that I had, that when I received it, the blade was laying on the scale. That wouldn't center up until it had new scales on it, because one of the scales was warped, and then it still was a pain in the ass to get through.
That's one of the that's aluminum scales on that. I think it's I think I need either a new pivot or I need a new washers in it.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Robo Steve-O, what it do, homie?
Robo.
Yeah, a 940 with a transparent reblade would be cool.
Yeah.
Lost it on the train.
I like Gerst too. Gerst does some good blades.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy has some really sick Gersh blades.
Yeah, he's the one that turned me on to Gersh, but Transparent does awesome work too.
Yes, I would agree that lately Kershaw has been going the opposite route of Benchmade. Instead of going cheaper, Kershaw has been doing a lot better lately.
Kershaw learned a lesson, guys. They learned a lesson, you know.
And now they're dropping actual knives that people want.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this too. You know, I could have bought a GT today. The new one, the 0203. I'd really like to have it.
The new crossbar?
Yes, really like to have it because it's going back old school, even though the locking system's a little different. It's going back to the big.
And it's one of the beefiest crossbars you're going to find.
Yep. But here's the thing I got. I think GT is nothing more than a high dollar Kershaw nowadays. That's how good Kershaw is getting.
100% agree.
I think that GT is going to go the way of the Dodo. Okay. And Kershaw is just going to be Kershaw.
The ZT0044 that I checked out and that ZT automatic that I checked out, both of those could have been Kershaw's, and with a lower price, and I would have liked them quite a bit better.
Okay, when you think of Kershaw's, you think of things like this, you know, knives like that.
Are you talking about? When you say which is a sweet knife with the crossbar lock? Are you talking about Kershaw crossbar lock? Because they have the Bel Air, but they also have a couple on the less expensive side, like the Iridium.
There's the Kershaw.
Yeah, there's the Bel Air.
Bel Air, and here's the Iridium. Even though this is a high dollar Iridium, but it's the same.
Yeah.
The accent on this is actually better than that.
Yeah, even the less expensive, there's I don't remember what it was called. I checked out one of the less expensive Duralocks.
Yep.
And it felt really good. You got the ZT0562 tie a month or so ago. You love it. Yay. There's a dope mini Iridium launch. You know, the only Iridium I've checked out so far, Mick, is the launch Iridium, and that was a nice knife. Good ergos. Matt Maher, what it do, homie? First knife you ever bought was a brawler. Beardo says my launch something is pretty cool. Yeah, there's 21 of them now plus the Iridium.
This is my favorite GT.
Yeah.
This is the 0550. So, Bladed Ginger, you never got back with me. I was going to deal with you on that dagger.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That ZT dagger. Yeah, that's the one that he was talking about, Tristan. But as beefy as it looks, it really looks like they almost could have slapped a Kershaw name on it and saved just some money. Yeah, that's back when they was beefy. The blur's what got you into the knife stuff? Yay.
What, this little beast? This is one of the best Kershaws money can buy right here.
Is that the Magna Cut blur?
No, this is the 14C.
What it do, Weldon Carey? Yeah, very well priced knife.
Tip up, brother. Come on, you're supposed to finish that DVD.
It's always tip up as the gods intended. How you been, Weld? Now, see that I would rather have as a BV crossbar.
Left hand in it.
Yeah, it would have been like around the beginning of last month, William, and it was replies. There were several longer Instagram posts talking about it. I'm well, thank you. Yeah, tip down is a no for me. Just no. I agree. Everyday carry. I can't do it. Or who was that? That was Tristan. Everyday carry. What's going on?
I'm going to show you one I carried for 15 years, guys. And it's tip down.
Yeah, but that's back before we knew better.
Yeah.
It's back before we had a choice. Yeah, I agree, Matt. I love me some TRM. Tristan asks how you like the MSI.
I love it. Love it. Showing you some old school stuff. Right on, brother.
Yeah. Made in the USA.
But here's my better one.
Nice. The 50th. Is that what that one was? Was that the 50th anniversary?
Yep, that's exactly what that is. 50th.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought that was.
Birth
Which
year,
steel is that?
Birth year. This is 420.
Okay, I didn't know if they did the 50th in a different steel.
They changed from 440 to 420, I think, in 1991. Because the original bucks were 440.
Yeah, it is close to the edge on those, William. And on any other knife, I would say it is a fatal flaw. The only reason I say it might not be a fatal flaw on that is because of the stuff that I watched from Snex himself.
Here's the other. We talked about this too when we talked about it before. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. You see where that knife's nicking right there?
Yep, I can see it from here without even zooming in.
This is a Snex knife, okay?
And that's actually better.
It is banging right there.
Yeah. And that's got a little bit more life than the Buster does. Well, a little, showing where the mark is. I appreciate that, homie. Everyday carry. Took your buck off your belt for your first time in a long time. Oh, because you wore rain gear. I was going to say, you always have the buck on your belt. Oh.
Speaking of buck, you're going to make me run through my American knives today.
Well, we do got to know what tomorrow's Independence Day carry going to be. I'm grabbing mine.
That is a Buck Squire right there.
Yeah, the Buster is right at the edge bevel. Yeah, it hits much closer than even the Vision. I'm going to put my green knives. As y'all can see today, folks, today I had a green carry with the new FerraMonster Ferox. This will be on sale very soon. And when they drop, they will have an early bird price that is going to bring them down. Instead of $239 to $279, they'll be like under 170 to about 190. And you get shred carbon fiber or a tie show side, tie frame lock, and M390. And then I had the baby banter on the neck. I have dots from the Deadly Daughter, and then I also had the micro strike from the Deadly Daughter for my green carry. The Lil Native from Mrs. Deadly.
Such a good knife.
It is. And 2025's budget knife of the year so far. The Flytanium Arcade Light. Tomorrow carries Modded Mannix Day. Yeah. My Independence carry consists of tip down bangers, says Weldon Carey. Ah, yeah. The
This,
unnamed.
this is a banger, guys. You got to get a chance to buy this one.
Independence Day carry will be a Henry 22 mag, pickled steel, Warhog, Leatherman, Wingman, Case Saudi Jr. Yay, yay, yay. My Independence Day carry will consist of my TRM.
North American Arms, sir, Henry G.
You want the arcade light so bad? Yeah, it's this year's best budget knife that I've handled so far. And then we will rock the Hogue Deca and whoops. Of course, Lagata, also 100% made in America. And we will rock this American carry with a Mad Yako Hank tomorrow. So I'm going to go full US tomorrow with my knives and Hank.
Oh, I'm going full US too.
That's not good. You don't want to hear weird noises on your Invictus. I like that SOG. All that jimping behind, even on the back of the scales.
I'm surprised it doesn't have jimping right here.
Yeah. You know, I would happily carry the little TRM for an American Fixie, but I am not carrying this baby at all.
Okay.
Because I don't even want to put the ulti clip on the sheath. I want to let the winner mark up the sheath. So I didn't carry it at all.
Here's a possibility of a fixie I might carry tomorrow.
There you go.
Mike Snowdy Custom 65 HRC Magna Cut chisel ground.
Yay, yay. It's a good looking knife. That's a beefy little boy. Like it's small, but it's hard working.
I can get 4 fingers on it.
Yeah. And it's a knife that you can beat.
Yep. Or, of course, Stubby.
Yay, yay. Lagata's younger brother. Tristan's going to be carrying a custom 1911 Jack Wolf Midnight Fix EDC and PM2 S110V. Yay, yay.
How do you like that? I've never had S110V.
Just ordered a TKL. Kane Miranda just ordered a Warthog from TKL.
Okay, well, I got that. The Agent 002. This is my favorite so far. I love the Raider. Absolute banging knife. Or hey, we need to mention Kelly's got an auction up for blue and Twisted Stick. And it's on her Instagram page. She's giving away, or not giving away, but auctioning off a knife donated by Jason at NFL EDC, which is Northern Florida EDC. It's a small knife shop. And he's a really good dude. Kelly and Brian are both really good people, and they're trying to help out members of our community. Go on there and check it out. And if you want, I bid 25. It should go for way more than that, folks. Let's go over there and check that out.
Kelly, would you please drop that link for us?
Get it up there a little bit for Blue and Twisted Sis, man. They need our help, and they help so many people in the community.
They constantly. Jason Beecher, have a great evening, man. Enjoy your dinner. Yes, if somebody would please drop the link to that auction, we'll pin it. I'm gonna grab some water. Be right back. I'll let you show some more of them T-Kills. I'll give you the screen, and then I'll.
Well, I'm about done showing T-Kills, but
in this link.
I might consider trading this one if somebody wanted to trade. This is a Night Guard, or Night Guard 2.0. ADCRB2, G10 handles. It's a really nice knife. Combat grade. And the sheaths, Tim's sheaths are second to none. Second to none. Little water hole. I would recommend this though. This is what this came with, and I like these a lot. But he's got a new system through Multiclip that's probably even better. I think they're like $6. I would go get one of those. They're wire and they're adjustable. You can adjust them anywhere from 1.5 inches to 1.75. 1.5 is this is a 1.5 and it's pretty good on any belt. And then if you got a wider belt, this is the 1.75. So I want to thank, even though he's not in here, I want to show something that DBD and Mrs. Deadly sent me. And this is awesome. Nice little primitive. Antler, sinew, and I can't tell what kind of stone that is, but and it's not as sharp as it could be because it's a souvenir, but you could tell it could be sharp, and it could definitely do the job. But yeah, nice little.
That's a caveman fifth pocket right there.
Yes, sir. It's nice, and thank you both for that.
You're welcome. Absolutely. William said he'll trade you his Buster.
His what?
William said he'll trade you his Buster. Tristan wants to know value on it for trade value for that TCal.
Well, since it's used, I'd probably do. I'd probably say they're worth about $2.
Word.
No less. We're trading. Just show me what you got, bro. I'm flexible. You can ask anybody, bro. Hey, do you ask this man right here?
When it comes to knives, absolutely. You know, he's getting older. He can't touch his toes anymore. That's not what he means by flexible. But he will work with you on some knives. Don't be thinking that he's talking about an OnlyFans account when he says flexible.
I mean,
well, you know, hey, money's tight, right? Whatever it takes.
Money's always tight, brother. Oh, that's funny. So let's turn this around. What's everybody else got in their pockets today?
Close up these Independence Day carries here. Just a reminder, folks, this Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, will be the live stream giving away the TRM Custom Knives tag-along fixed blade with the taco sheath and the ulti-clip to carry it, as well as the handmade Mad Yako Hank and a Wuben G5 flashlight. There was a video put up yesterday, a review on this knife, and that is the entry video. So make sure that before Saturday morning, you enter to win. And remember that you have to be present to win. I don't want it to be like Unprofessional Dad stream where he had to redraw a TRM 4 times.
4 times, guys. You enter for a TRM, you get your butt to the show.
Yes.
Anyways, hey, so I need to know, Bladed Ginger, which Chris Reeves. Okay, need to know that.
Oh, I think that's what he's carrying. I don't know if he was offering that in a trade.
No.
You want to know which one he's carrying? Gotcha.
Yeah, there's more than one model. Not like a Cardington, you know.
Put the new Warhog in the pocket. Yay. Yeah, my Warhog is currently with Sever 7. I sent him the Warhog and the Freya frame to check out because he hadn't handled any pickled steel, and I told him he had to check those out. And so those will be back soon. But yeah, he was He really likes the Warhog and Freya.
So, does anybody remember old school where Sam Kinison asked Rodney Dangerfield a question? Good answer. Good answer. Right on, Big Ginger. I personally myself, I've handled, large, small. I've handled them pretty much, and I like the Inkosi myself. It fits me the best.
I'm gonna pull that knife up, Tristan, and see which one that one is. Barracuda. Pulling that up. Let's see what Kelly said. She's got the Spyderco Sage 5 Rex 121 with the new CF scallop scales.
Check
Jimmy
that.
Chromatic USP Penguin faded purple and sponge pattern with flamed hardware. Doug Ritter Hogue with the purple scales and a Mad Yako Hank. Yay, yay, yay. The Freya is so much more knife than you expect for that price.
Okay, we need to pull up that knife that he offered. I gotta know.
Let's see, TF44. And I want to see if this is okay. It pulls. I don't know if they have more than just this finish, but this is the one that First Orbital Knives. What's going on?
What's happening, brother?
How are you? Hope you're having a killer day.
Kelly's carry too.
What's that?
After we look up that one knife, you need to pull up Kelly's carry.
I did. I read it out loud.
No, I'm talking. Go look at her on Instagram. And check out what she did to the. That's interesting.
This is the Barracuda. Now, I don't know if the one he's talking about has this blade finish. Is that a Damascus? Like a ball bearing Damascus?
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, it is a ball bearing Damascus. That's a ball bearing Damascus, yeah. I figured that's what it had to be. That is a trip. Let's look at the specs. It is 9 inches long. That's a WarRoom knife.
Right up my head, brother.
4-inch blade. With a 4.6 millimeter blade stock thickness. So that's like 150 thousandths, 145 thousandths. That's a nice chunky blade stock.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Hey, we'll get together. We'll talk after the live stream, Tristan. That's definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's a trip.
That's got my interest peaked. Definitely. So no, I want you to see, because Kelly and I traded for the Sage, and you remember what my Sage looked like. She just rescaled it, and you have to see the scales, bro. It is just absolutely gorgeous knife.
Hey Kelly, if you can shoot me a picture on Instagram real quick, I'll share it.
And don't forget,
yes, you have been here before, Orbital. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here.
Yeah, well, I there was so much to see. Sensory overload, Big Ginger. I'm sorry.
I'm going to pull up the Orbital Knives website real quick, folks, while we got them with us.
He some good stuff on Dark Waters live last night. He definitely, or Tuesday.
I really like the looks of this Callisto.
Yeah, he's got some nice knives.
Yeah. Here's the Callisto, folks. This is beautiful. I dig it. Great looking micarta. You got the titanium pocket clip. Look at all that access to the liner.
Yeah.
All that access to the liner. That's a good looking knife. 7 inches, 154 cm.
Can't go wrong with that.
Only 2.7 ounces. Yay, yay.
Made OEM by Concept too.
Clip and backspacer are both titanium. And it's under $100, folks. The Fornax is another wicked one. Oh, I would love to check these out. Man, that Fornax, you know what this... That is crazy.
Look at that.
That is so cool. 8.15 inches, that's 45 VN. Yay, yay, yay. Paul Munko design. That, okay. You can see it for sure.
That's
See what else? Got the Callisto with the G Mascus.
Right there. Second one in
Concept. The Concept Deco.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that better than the Concept Vivid.
I just got a Vivid today. It's sitting in my mailbox.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Vivid.
Well, I won it from BEDC's membership giveaway.
The ergos are amazing. I don't like the crossbar on it, but I've heard the crossbar on this one feels good.
Well, I got some stout springs to put into it.
Yeah, that'll change it right off the bat. That'll fix it.
Got some Warhol springs to put in it.
Hey, there you go. Halo fixed blade. That Halo fixed blade is pretty wicked too. Look at that. Oof.
7.5 inches. That's good size.
Ooh.
I like that.
1095 high carbon convex grind. That stabilized maple looks good.
Let me see the sheath though.
Oh, it's a leather sheath that.
I wanted to see the back if I could see the back.
It doesn't show me the back.
You know what I'm looking for, right?
Yeah, how big the strap is, how it mounts, how it's attached in the back.
Yep.
See if it'll fit our pistol belts. But
got some good looking.
I really like this Callisto.
Man, the price is right too.
That's one I need to get one of these in. I need to buy one of these and review it. I like that a lot. Yeah. Good looking knives, homie.
So Darkwater still work?
Made by a Forged and Fire champion in your town. That is awesome. Yeah, the micarta on the Callisto looks good. I really like the natural micarta. More budget knives need better clips. Yes, agreed, homie.
That's why I liked Measuron. They had the titanium clips usually.
Yes. Yes, it makes a big difference.
Absolutely. It makes it feel not so budget. It makes you feel like you're getting your money's worth when you got a titanium clip on there.
Yes. Darkwater discount is 15% off. Hell yeah. I need to get some of those reviews. I need to get some to review and then get a code with you because I like those knives.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. You can send it to me afterwards so I can check it out.
Speaking of budget, not Trouble Bunny, what it do, sis? How are you?
Trouble Bunny, I got something to say real quick. I have your certificate of authenticity for the Thorn. I found it. My bad. I didn't send it. I will get it shipped out to you.
Speaking of budget knives with good titanium clips, all of the knives on DC Blade's website are on sale right now through 4th of July. The Glaurung that just released, this most expensive silver tool version, is dropped to $80 shipped anywhere in the US. The black carbon fiber is $70 shipped, and the G10 is $65 shipped. Also, the Ceto, there is still a few Cetos left. They only made 120 of these. These are on sale, but there's two others that I want to point out real quick because Where did I put them? Oh, I closed them up after I finished the reviews. Yes, I did. But I just dropped a review today on the DC Blades Vendetta, which is a Dirk Pinkerton collab. They only made 100 of those. Those are on sale. And I dropped a video. The same video has the DC Blades Sting. They only made 60 of those, and those are on sale. So everything on DC Blade site is on sale through tomorrow night.
Those are the ones that you just dropped, right? An hour before.
Yep, the one I dropped it just this afternoon.
Yeah, I watched it. What do y'all think of that?
Looks like a nice, clean, usable knife.
This is a Custom Knife Factory Echo, their budget brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 35 BN for $100.
That's a good price. And
Well built.
CKF makes crazy knives.
Yeah. They've got some on there for 60 or 69 right now.
Damn.
North Carolina Blades.
Neil to the Mac, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Jimmy Crow, what up, brother? How are you?
What's up, Jimmy?
Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, we are definitely, man, we look at those orbital knives, we look at these DC blades, we are just so spoiled for budget knives anymore. I mean, we are on premium too, but the amount of knife we can get under $100 is crazy.
Okay, I haven't held, but you got a couple people on here that have them, the Glide Lock Penguins. Come on now.
Yeah, those look pretty good.
With the Glide Lock? Come on.
Especially when they if I want to get one, I want to wait until they have non-FRN scales, but
yeah, I'm going to say something, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
you got no room to talk, man. You carry Ultim.
I love Ultim. FRN sucks though.
I'm just pulling your chain, brother.
Oh, I know. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, because tomorrow's a holiday, but in the next few days, the Ultim collection shoots up to 21 knives.
I did tell you that I think Kelly found another knife that you might be willing to trade if you talk to her.
Yeah, I did see that orbital. I saw that the Penguin Glide Lock got the best overall, like a best value or something like that for 2025.
I mean, that was like my first forte into QSP, and I've got 4 of them. I carry one in my little EDC pouch every day.
I had 3, but I ended up trading 2 and just sticking with the Super Penguin. Once I got this one, I didn't need the others.
Super 20 CV titanium.
Nah, I got that hollow ground S9 DV. That's what I wanted.
There's 154 in titanium.
There's so many awesome variants.
Yeah, I know what you got, bro.
There are just so many good variants.
There's my 14C in a button lock.
Saw a knife at a gun show that shoots up from the top with the press of a button. Shoots up from the top. Do you mean like an OTF? I don't think I'm. Let me grab an OTF real quick. Is this what you? Is that? But I'm sure that can't be. That sounds way too easy for. I'm sure you would know that. Like that? Yeah, the Ultim Penguin. Oof, this is my baby. This is my favorite penguin. S90B hologram laser beam.
Uh, here's another really good knife that is really, this is an American made, but this is an auto. What do you think of this one? Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, exactly. Phenomenal little knives.
This is the only this is the only out the side that Evil Homie BDP carries because it's such a useful EDC shape. The Goliath is such a perfect EDC shape, and it's so comfortable. Yeah, everyday carry. It sounds like you're talking about OTFs, and it really just depends on who makes them. Like tack knives here. This is the Benji. This is a small one that you can disappear into your hand if you want, but you can get a full grip on. And tack knives make some of the best for the price. They have fantastic pricing, and you can save 20% on tack knives or 10% on their more expensive brand, tack Comm, with the codes that are in the description of the live if you like OTF knives. Much easier to start off with tack knives and check them out than to try to start out with say a Microtech and realize you don't like OTFs. A knife that could shoot a 22. I have seen different knives, custom knives, orbital, that have firearms built in. Josh 304, remember Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? What it do? Yeah, it'd be nice to have a bounty hunter. I'd like to add one to the collection, but I don't carry OTFs very much. Yeah, if you like it everyday carry, Tack Knives is a fantastic company to try carrying first because they make a lot of killer OTFs, a lot in all different sizes that are always reliable, and they have an amazing warranty, and you can get them for much less money than most people's OTFs, but they're still very good quality.
I got one in my hand that's pretty good too.
Yeah, MagSafe. Those are always sold out though.
Yep. But this is SLD Magic.
Yes, I that's one that's high on my list. They're just always out.
Yeah. $105.
Neptune. Yeah, if you like the smaller ones, I would check out the Tack Knives Benji everyday carry. Check out the Benji and see what you think about it. They have different blade shapes and different colors. And like I said, you can save 20% with code EDCwithDBD20, which is it's next to the link in the description of the video. Yes, you're right, Jimmy. Tack Knives doesn't void your warranty when you work on them. They want you to take your knives apart and maintain them. They actually say if you read their website for maintenance, it says you should take your tack knife apart a couple of times a year, clean them and oil them. So
Jimmy, fix that one. I got it off track and I just sent it to Jimmy. He fixed that one and I gave it away. And it now resides with Wyoming Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time when they pop off track, you can just pull them straight out and it clicks them in most of the time.
I understand this. I tried to take it apart like a dumbass.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm sure most folks on here know, but if you don't, OTFs have a built-in safety that when they hit something, it knocks them off track. And then you just have this loose blade. Almost every OTF, you can fix this by pulling it out until you hear that click, and then that'll put it right back on track and hooked in. It is a safety feature with them. So if you see that your OTF is off track like that, just pull it out until it locks in, and you should be good to go.
This is the same company.
Yes, it is. Tac Knives.
Yep.
Comm. Love them. Yes, there are a lot of them that have funny blade to handle ratio. I agree. And the thin blade, not just the length, but the thinness of it. KSK, what it do? Kent Faulkner, what's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing tonight?
Graced by royalty today.
Hey.
What's up, Ken?
Through the pass around, I do get to see a lot of different things and a lot of companies trying different things. And sometimes I see something and I just tell you guys that I cannot see the value. Well, one of the things that I got in is the new Warbow Mini Tonto Carabiner. And I support these guys, these engineers, in trying to do their thing. But this just ain't it.
Okay, I got something to say about engineers, bro. When I was in the construction trades, I painted for 35 years, commercial, industrial, all that. I said the engineers need to design these things, need to do every job that everybody has to do so they understand how to build something, not just build it and you can worry about it later.
Well, here's something that we already have a ton of. Most of the time at better prices and just, I don't know, better options. How many carabiners have you seen with blades on them?
A few.
Yeah, they're everywhere. So this is supposed to be the mini Warbow carabiner. All we have is this little carabiner and this very, very thin, very almost non-existent Tonto blade that is whatever.
Oh.
And this is $50. What are you carabining with this? There's no space for that to carry anything else. And yeah, $50? Nah. I've seen so many better ones for less. I hope Warbow does some really cool stuff in the future. I'm rooting for him. I'm not saying that I want a company to not succeed, but this product ain't it. And this, I won't be recommending this. No, it has an actual liner. It is a liner lock, but it's just G10 with an aluminum gate.
That pin ain't holding it if you hook it onto something, and yeah.
No, and it's $50. Maybe it's 59. It might have even been 60. Oh no, retails for $49.99. Yeah, $50.
And I've seen you rep some little knives like that. You know, countercom, that little countercom comes to, it's not a carabiner, but little blades like that.
Or even it's not right here because it's with my bike keys, but I have a titanium carabiner from Olight that has a larger blade that's a removable scalpel. So I can take that on planes. I can toss the scalpel and I can land and put a new blade on it. And that one, the carabiner, it's a full-size carabiner. I carry my bike keys with it and such. I use it as a titanium carabiner and it has a blade. This is barely going to make it onto my belt loop. This won't even fit some of my belt loops, actually.
They get yanked off of my belt loop.
Yeah, this is not going on my belt with any 511 pants. And there's so many other carabiner keychain knife options available that this little tiny piece of 14C isn't a $15 or $50 knife to me. I don't like bagging on people, but I also got to point out when I see something that the value just ain't there, I got to say it.
Isn't that why people watch it? You know, so you get an honest opinion.
Yeah.
Can't like everything that you hold, you know?
Very true.
Just saying.
Yeah, especially with Benchmade out there.
Oh, yeah, I did buy a DEF CON Peter Ginger while I was at your booth.
Ultralight.
Dude, this is a banging little knife, bro. Like 1.9 ounces, 14C. So the latchet is all good out.
Centered.
Absolutely. And I can't crush the look. You see any flex in that?
Yep.
No offense,
Big
Jimmy.
difference.
No offense.
Yeah, that is a killer $45 knife for sure. Oh, I do have a photo from Kelly.
Yeah.
Tristan, the pictures didn't come through. It's not gonna let me see those photos on my computer. I won't be able to see those Spydercos until after I'm off the live. The style of photo you sent is just not letting me pull it up, homie. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was I lying?
wow. Oh. Ooh. Look at that sage, folks.
Changes that knife, does it not? God, that is gorgeous.
That looks amazing.
And she's gonna put a different clip on that for sure. But yeah, man, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, that looks phenomenal. What company scales are those, Kelly? Those look great. USA belt carry from Bladed Ginger, RMG USA.
That's nice.
Yay, yay, yay.
Did anybody hit Kelly's Instagram up?
I don't know. We have it pinned. Got it off Etsy. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, the finger grooves. I haven't seen those on any sage scales before.
They look good though.
They really do.
And I've got a couple sets of scales off of Etsy, and I'm pretty impressed with some of the stuff you can get off of them.
I still need to get the practical 3DP scales for my Vision FG. I want the linerless aluminum scales.
Yeah, I got to do that too.
Oh, Kelly, if you'll drop that link one more time, I'll pin. No, it shows it's pinned, homie.
I can't see it. Okay, that's just me. I was wondering if
No,
anybody.
I was telling Bladed Ginger. Oh wait, no, I did click the wrong Kelly link. I pinned the wrong Kelly link. So Kelly, if you would repin, please. Making kitchen knives in the future. You know, I have a couple here that were done by Damn Designs, their Osiris line. And I kind of like it when, I want a shaman bad. Yes, we both need shamans. You're right. That S90B one. Oh, El Cap, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do?
Who needs a shaman?
I like when pocket knife companies make kitchen knives because I like pocket knife ergos. And that's what Damn Design did with their kitchen knives is
El Cap.
some nice like pocket knife style ergos. And there's absolutely room for some nice, well-priced kitchen knives out there. What steel are you thinking about using, Orbital? This is their chef knife from Damn Designs. And then I also have their paring knife. So I've got all three that they make. And these are VG10.
Nothing wrong with VG10.
No, it's great for, especially for kitchen knives. And then LC200N or VG10. VG10 would definitely have better edge retention.
Hold the edge better, but you can't beat LC200N for stainless.
For corrosion resistance, for sure. Roger Baker, what's going on, homie? Good to see you. Yeah, the only other ones that I'm going to be checking out in the near future, Orbital, is the pickled steel kitchen knives that they're doing in 5CR. This is their Bush Ulu, but they have other more standard style knives on the way. This is a wicked kitchen knife, though. Wicked sharp and useful. But that's pretty, those are what I'm using in the kitchen right now, is the Damn Designs stuff and then the Bush Ulu. But there's absolutely room for it. I think VG10 might have an easier time selling than LC200N, just because it has such a reputation for edge retention, not having edge retention. But
if you ask me,
well-made knives are going to sell.
Yeah. A lot of people don't look at steels I mean, I guess they do, but if you're talking chef's knives, no, they don't, because they sharpen them all the time. But you're looking at something that you're going to carry, I would go VG10 all day. Me personally.
It's hard to get a hold of because Spyderco has a grip on it. Yeah, Quiet Carry used a little bit of it in the beginning, but they got away from it.
Or say Kaiser uses some of it in their drop bears too.
That's right. They did do that. Wasn't it titanium and LC200N?
There's Snowflake titanium. Yep.
Yeah.
I had one. That's the Dark Waters Clip Bear.
Yeah, that was the one that I originally, when I was going to get one of the dressed up drop bears, which was one of my early Grail knives, I was looking at that LC200N1.
I thought you had one for Mr. Deadly.
But I ended up going with, there it is. I ended up instead going with 20 CV and Toxic Storm.
That's right.
And boy, I carried the shit out of this when I first got it. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of pocket time lately.
Absolutely right, Ken. More about the geometry in the kitchen.
Yay. Delica Damascus with a VG10 core. That'd be a good knife. Oh, Mrs. Deadly's off work. She's home.
There's a VG10 knife right there.
This is I'm going to pull up bladed ginger. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a bit of a kitchen cleaver. VG10 and G10. Here it is. Boom. I'm trying to. Is that a Beyond kitchen cleaver? And it's got a Kydex sheath. Haha, dig it. Is that Beyond EDC cleaver?
That's definitely different.
I've been really happy with the Damn Designs Osiris line, Tristan.
I was gonna say, I know you got damn design kitchen knives.
Yeah, these I'm gonna pull up the page real quick. So I can't remember off the top of my head how much they are. It's been a while since I looked at them. Osiris. Shop.
Marco, I love you, brother.
Oh, let's see. The Osiris cleaver is $35. Here, I'll share the page real quick. There we go. I'm gonna go Inception mode for a second. And here we go. So the cleaver's 35, the paring knife is only 25, and the chef knife is 30. VG10, and they are an FRN handle, but they feel really good. They have good ergos. This is the one that I use the most. I use the paring knife more than any of the others.
How many we have in the chat right now, brother?
I show looks like 21.
Right on.
But I don't know if that's both or if that's just mine. This is the first time we've ran it.
Yeah. Now, We Did Steel went live a little bit ago. I don't know. They might be having a giveaway tonight. I couldn't tell you.
And there is the. Whoop.
I also just saw something else too. Tomorrow, Luke's dropping these. His next batch, hollow ground wingspan. They're good knives. Go over and check them out.
The wingspan is a really nice knife. There, I just pinned the correct post, folks. Now the actual auction for Bluminati and Twisted Sis is pinned. 3.5-inch cutting edge. Oh yeah, it does look bigger than that for sure. That cleaver. Beyond EDC cleaver. Dig it. Roger Baker. Doing well. How about yourself? Good to see you. Had a mishmash of crummy kitchen knives. He bought us a cheapo Kai kitchen knives for about $60. Nice upgrade. Yay, yay.
I got old Martha Stewart's that I bought at Kmart, and I sharpen them all the time. For a man that does knives for a hobby, and I got cheap ass kitchen knives.
What up, party people?
What's happening?
So, Mud picked this up. He just got it yesterday and dropped it off to be reviewed. This is the new Civivi Storm Ridge. And it's smaller than like the Kaiser Ursa Major. Definitely more of a tactical feel. But the one issue, it's not you can't adjust the retention, and man, it is a beast to get this one out. But this is definitely Nice little, like a tactical blade, or if you wanted something for a plate carrier or a backpack.
What's the
Nice
seal?
little. It is Nitro V. Civivi all about it lately. So's Kaiser. They have multiple finishes, but this green with the I don't want to call it rose gold. I call that more of an FTE. Does look pretty good. Contoured scales, hourglassed, jimping everywhere. Kind of a cool knife.
How long would you say that is, brother? The blade?
The blade on this is 3.5, 3 3/4.
Right
Let
on.
me look it up real quick. Civivi Storm Ridge. Yeah, it's definitely smaller than the Kaiser Ursa Major by about 3/4 of an inch. Overall, it's 8 3/4 of an inch with a 3.92 inch blade. So that's pretty close. 3.92. And you can get it with Nitro V, or
Nitro V.
I'm trying to pull up the third option. Let's see.
Damascus, right?
Nitro V.
Nah.
Yeah, all three options. There's 2 G10 and 1 micarta. That's what your RMJ is made of. Yay.
That's my version of that knife right there. The Vosteed Mink.
Vosteed Mink.
Yep. The reason I like this one is that jimping right there. Just perfect.
I'm hoping to, Orbital. I'm hoping to get the Blade West.
Speaking of pixies, bro, I saw you playing with yours the other day on Saturday.
Yep.
These are really good.
They
Users.
I haven't carried it nearly as much since I got Lagatha and then the Bloom.
Yeah,
But I
right.
went back to it the other day and I was like, damn, I remember how much I love this knife.
They're fantastic. I carry that in my back pocket, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. They did such a good job translating this from Scott's design. They did such a good job. This is a phenomenal knife.
Yeah, this is one of the very few that I left the stock clip on because I can carry this in my pocket really well with the stock clip.
Yeah,
It's one of the only ones I left the stock clip on.
I used to tease the shit out of him about that knife.
Yep.
I got one.
WarRoom talked mad crap about this knife until he won one and realized how useful this little bastard is.
Well, I mean, I got the big boy.
Yeah.
But mine's a folder.
You won some Vosteeds from G-Ball the other day? Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Which
G-Ball was the first channel I ever won a knife from.
Which ones did you get?
I won the Artisan Ahab and the links from oh man, was it Fintiso? No, it's not Fintiso. Oh, I can't remember who. It's one of the second. It's like one of the kind of smaller name budget brands. It's the links, Trivisa links.
Right.
I ended up giving that one to the Deadly Daughter boyfriend. That's why I couldn't remember it.
The first knife I won was a compact Zen compact Kunru, and I gave that to Darkwater from him. This is my pride and joy that I won from him. Now you guys here go, oh, an RS Chaos. This is not an RS Chaos. See the numbers right there? See the small T6 screws right there? That means this is a mayhem.
Before the cease and desist.
Right. And this also came along with it, which meh.
Yeah, after the first few, they got a cease and desist and had to change the name.
Right.
Yeah, this was the first knife that I ever won, and I kept this one, the Artisan Ahab. Got this from G-Ball.
It doesn't look like a bad knife.
No, this is a knife that I personally probably wouldn't have picked for myself because I'm not big into wood, but I like this one a lot. The blade shape is great. The poon is perfect, and it has awesome action. I've been happy with this one, and I kept this because this was my first YouTube win from G-Ball.
Right on.
Yeah, the next couple of knives that I won, I think since then I've DSKFS'd every knife that I won except for my custom fixie from Under the Bridge tool and scale.
I've kept a few. I've given a couple away, but most of the ones I keep are Jimmy Crow's.
Yes, this is the only other one that I kept, and my Jimmy Crow's one that I have personally that he sent me. I haven't won a Jimmy. I wouldn't be able to get rid of a Jimmy that I won, but I've DSKFS'd everything except for the Ahab and this one.
There's my latest Jimmy.
Yeah, yay. Is that the full size Feldspar or the mini?
That's
the full size.
What had happened was I told him that I had one and I gave it to him to give to another channel because it was just too small for my hands, the small. And lo and behold, go out to my mailbox one day and he sent me a note. He says, "Here, try this one, brother. Maybe this will fit your hand better. If you don't like it, give it away." It's like, and this is a phenomenal little knife.
Yeah. Yeah, the Feldspar was very popular.
Yep.
It's not one I've checked out, but I do know that they sold a ton of them.
And Jimmy does that all the time. He just,
yes, I am aware.
Here, no, I don't want anything back. And you go try and send him some. I love you, Jimmy. I love you, brother.
Yeah. Tristan's sending a Monterey-based Sabertooth to Darkwater. That's going to look good when it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Dwayne MF and Letterman. What it do, homie?
What's up,
Agreed.
Dwayne?
Agreed. We are blessed to have him in the community, Mick.
Absolutely. He's a phenomenal human being. But he doesn't, and he's on a fixed income. If anybody doesn't know, he's retired and he does this all out of his pocket. So if you get knives that you don't want, or you're going to get rid of and you don't really send them to him so he can help out budding channels, you'll feel good. We'll all feel good. That's what I love about this knife community is everybody helps everybody here. Yeah, we got a couple of shitheads here every now and then, but
sure, but they don't last normally.
For the most part, this is one of the most giving communities I've ever been associated, other than the military.
Yeah,
and that's because you count on each other in the military for your life. You bond with everybody there. Anyways,
Mick Ranger, member Kripple Krew Inc. for 7 months. Hey, 7 awesome months with some cool ass peeps. That is OG status is 7 months. Give you the American flag and some.
Wait one. Hang on.
Some Spyderco acoustics. And there we go. 2 warnies. Double warning salute. Appreciate the support, my friend. Tristan was asking you about that off-grid, and I'm going to let you show that real quick while I grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Which off-grid?
The one you just had up a moment ago.
That's the Mamba V3.
The Mamba.
Excellent knife. It's a big boy. OEM by Best Tech. That is magnet cut steel. Ran it between 62 and 64. Titanium scales. They look aggressive, but they are not. They're very comfortable. Titanium pocket clip. Titanium backspacer. Really nice knife. Really smooth. This one I'd be willing to part with too, if somebody wanted it. But yeah, I love off-grid knives. They build good ones. In fact, I'll show you what's in my left pocket right here.
last.
My left pocket is a OG off-grid Viper V1 Cryo D2. This is an awesome knife.
Yay. Yeah, I need to check out some off grids. I appreciate that, Tristan. That's awesome. Yeah, off grid makes some dope looking knives.
They're beasts. They're tanks, bro. They're built to work. Absolutely. There is one thing that I don't like about this knife. It's got this stupid little lock right there.
Yeah, I don't like secondary locks.
On the V2,
unless it's an automatic, it shouldn't have a secondary lock.
On the V2, they did away with that. But the V2 is also a lot bigger knife.
Yeah, CJRB found out how much people hate secondary locks.
Well, I just showed you one that's got one.
Yes, they started to put them on everything for a second. That home was one of the first ones they put it on. But they were trying to put them on everything. And not only are they stupid, but they look horrible. And they don't make it much stronger.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they realized pretty quickly. I was dropping comments on every one of their posts like, this is stupid. I'm like no, I don't want this, or and I wasn't the only one that was talking crap about it, obviously, but I got a message from them. Yo, we realize how much people hate this, and we're gonna offer all knives that have it without it.
Yeah, it's that's pretty ridiculous.
And it's not even like it's a strong backup lock.
So I'm gonna show you guys something, and you guys tell me what you think. What do y'all think of that one?
Looks like a good working blade.
It's a big boy too. Comfortable ergonomics.
I don't like the glass breaker, but I could deal with it.
Yeah. 9CR. My first SRM. But look at that action.
Oh, SRM makes fantastic knives. I've had great luck with the ones I've checked out. I kept the Rubik because I like it. I kept the Rubik because it's the biggest crossbar lock knife I have.
Right.
Speaking of, Flytanium reached out to me and asked me if they could send me a beef. So I'll be checking out the beef crossbar lock.
Okay, I got another budget knife that these are on sale and they're decent knives. I got this one for $31. For all you don't know what that is, you know what that is, DBD? That little symbol there?
I'm trying here. Let me pop you up.
The Tuya.
I thought that was the Tuya symbol, but you said $30, and I'm like, it can't be. So I was going to go bigger to see if they had something different in the triangle.
Nope. It's a Tuya bruiser.
Oh, I forgot they made the bruiser and the big belly were two knives that they made that are inexpensive.
They're getting rid of these, and it's $31. And you can't go wrong with that. I mean, they build phenomenal knives, guys. Here's one of their primos.
That's the one I want, the wolf.
The wolf. Yeah, it's a wolf. That's for sure.
I have the Rackham Jack here at the moment.
You have the what?
the Rackham Jacks from them. I'll show you.
Here's my other to you. And what you guys might notice about this is if you see that little symbol on the bottom there, I don't know whether you guys can see it good enough.
See Collins logo.
Colin Mason Pierre. And if, for all you don't know who Colin Mason Pierre is, he's the other half of DBO Knives.
The better looking, more intelligent half.
He's an awesome dude.
I gotta say that just in case Lefty watches this at any point.
Actually, I met them both, and they're both phenomenal people.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, this is the 2-year Rackham Jack.
Oh yeah, we called that the Queen Anne.
It really feels phenomenal in hand.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous knife, bro.
And
too.
That little nail nick is actually all you need for reverse flicking this knife. Whoop, that was me. But that little nail nick, I thought there was no way it would be enough, but my finger hooks it every time. And then you got the flipper. I would get rid of the flipper on this. I'd flipper delete this so quick. But the like Sagaha pattern. Yeah, this is, it's so not my style, but I'd carry this knife in a heartbeat. It feels great, looks good, and of course, it's a 2-ya. So it's stupid sharp.
It's S90V, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of their S90V is screaming.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, flipper delete the world and cover it in Ultim.
I'm going to get off here. You didn't have to throw that in there. But that's what makes us great, man, because he likes stuff that I don't and vice versa.
Yay.
Now,
that's what makes it easy to make trades.
When DBD and I first met each other or started talking with each other, he was a Mike Carter guy. Now look what he's playing with.
Oh, and I hated titanium. And I would love to have this for a dress knife. That'd be great. And surprisingly, with the other 2-yas that I've checked out, because I like everything that I've touched.
What's up, Jay Corscott?
But this so far is my favorite of the 2-yas I have handled. Jim Miller, remember Kripple Krew Inc? What it do, my brother? Jay Corscott, remember Kripple Krew Inc? What it do, brethren?
Jim, we got to get you.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys.
I'm very interested to pick his brain while he's on live with us. Jim's a great guy.
Yeah, now I still want the wolf, and but like that, the wolf is still my favorite design from them. But of the 2-ya knives that I've handled, this one is my fave.
I like the big belly too. I like the big belly a lot.
And the big belly is very inexpensive.
Yep.
Yeah. Bladed Ginger says, I'd say you could pick my brain, but there isn't much to pick. Yeah, you'd have a better chance picking my nose.
Yeah. We have you on all the time, Bearded Ginger. You're welcome anytime, bro.
And we will again very soon.
Yep.
So,
I'm sorry.
This one here. I am really, I know I mentioned it to you the other day. I really like the addition of the little 45 looking thumb disc on the Chop 2. It definitely makes that action so much better. To the point that I think this one is going to have to get a flipper delete.
That's good.
Because that would look really good without a flipper tab.
Brian just picked up one today that's got a frame lock from North American or North Mountain. And yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, like they have the Echo and I think it's the Zero are two new frame locks that they dropped that both look really good. And they're doing so much like one-off customs of their different knives, like the Joker version, Chop 2. They've done similar stuff with those new Echoes and Zeros. And they have some of the best edges from the factory still. This is no different than any of their other SLD magic. It's all scary sharp.
Have you checked out any of your ZDP 189 yet?
I still haven't tried their ZDP.
I think you need to
I've
get
handled almost a dozen knives from them in SLD magic.
Well, SLD Magic is basically just hopped up D2.
I traded Kelly the kickstop chop.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't have the kickstop chop anymore. The Katsu Knives, Habu. I think I've seen that one. Katsu Knives. Whoops.
Hey, why don't you play what I sent you from Mr. Bless tonight? Just a little snippet.
Oh, that is a good looking one. That Katsu. 319. Looks well made though. That's crazy sharps design. Very cool. I can show the little tease you got.
Yeah, just a little tease. I'm excited as can be, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, like a kid in a candy store, I'm sure.
It's been a long time coming.
Check this out, folks. A lot of folks will recognize that as the shape of a Ripley handle.
Hey,
yeah, Ripley in process.
Just sent me a little message. It's all it said was, "It has begun."
Ripley in process. That is awesome. That's going to be a killer knife. And you don't even know yet what it's going to look like because you left it up to him.
No, well, you saw that handle scale. That's my choice right there.
Yeah.
And I do know that it's going to be in crew wear, not Magna Cut, because you couldn't find any Magna Cut, which surprises me. I figured that would be one steel that you would be able to get through all this Crucible crap.
Well, the thing is, everybody's snapping it up because Magna Cut's not going to be U.S. made anymore. So everybody is trying to buy the last of the U.S. made Magna Cut.
Yeah.
That's why you can't get a hold of it anymore.
I should have told them 3B, but crew wear is fine still.
Yeah, I mean, like now it's gonna be easier to find M Cut than it is Magna Cut.
Yeah.
Like Chinese Magna Cut is what's gonna be popular. I already know that that DEFCON's working on some M Cut blades. Yeah, so far Tristan, the only crew wear that I have is this one here, but I would like to get a folder with crew wear. I would really like to get crew wear, a Spyderco with crew wear.
Like that?
Yeah, but not a PM2.
Well, you know me and my PM2s, bro.
I know, but like my next PM2 will be a Tonto, but I would rather get that crew wear on one of their other knives.
This is my favorite out of all of them.
Is that the salt one that you swapped? That's the swapped salt scales?
Nope.
No. Oh, the Rex. Yeah, duh, the Rex. Missed the 76. Smock with Crewwear just became part of the family. Ooh, that's a grail. In-cut steel. Brian F., what's going on, brethren?
What's happening, brother?
How are you?
And I haven't got a kunu on the table tonight, brother, just in your honor.
Yeah, waxing your micarta definitely brings out a completely different look in it. See, I want the Manix 2 in Crewwear. That's the Spyderco that I want in Crewwear. To go with my M4 Lite, Manix 2 Lite.
Mine's in 204p.
You were spazzing yet?
He's already in the bedroom.
If y'all can't tell, I've done a little work to mine. Mine has a different ball cage, ceramic ball bearing, and a lighter spring.
Yeah, I would love to get a crew Carta Manix. That would be a killer one to have.
What y'all think about that, Spyderco?
Rubicon?
Yep.
You don't have any PM2 any longer, Bladed Ginger? Yeah, my OG was the S45 BN that I put the Ultim scales on. And then I've got the second now with the Warncliffe and the CTS XHP that I made the trade from WarRoom. But I think even after trading this one, he still has 5.
What, PM2s?
PM2s.
Yeah, I got 5.
That's okay. So I was right. That's what I thought.
Yep.
That's the salt one that you swap scales on.
Yep.
Rick's Knives. What it do, my man?
Actually,
how are you?
I bought these scales to go on this knife right here. That one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the next grail for the PM2 line. To go with those blades. You had the Rex 45 with the burnt orange. Ooh, nice. What happened to it, Bladed Ginger? J1 Doobie, what it do, my man? How are you?
That name kills me, bro. J1 Duty. Up fast, brother.
Yay. It's all about the pregame.
This is
Subvert.
This is one of my grails. This is such a fine knife. It's a big boy too.
Dude, those Clydesdale fixies look pretty sick. Brian F.
They do.
Now, what he did was he took Clydesdale blades and then built the handles and the backspacer and everything, correct? Are they standard Clydesdale blades in those? I'm just curious.
It looks bigger.
Traded it. Well, it's got a longer handle, I think.
I could be wrong, but it looked bigger.
Matisfaction, what is up, homie? Good to see you. Oh, you traded it for limited edition Topps knife, and then you sold the Topps knife. Gotcha. Yeah, those fixies look really cool. Sam, what's going on?
I think this is this got a date with Darkwater coming up.
Yeah. You know, I thought about sending this one to Darkwater as well, but I think what he's gonna get, I think the first one he's gonna get is the Clydesdale because he hasn't done one yet. And this way he could review it and make it prettier. What it do, Homer Phelps, member Kripple Krew Inc. Good to see you, homie. But yeah, I think I want to send him send this to Dark Water and let him go wild.
And wild he will go.
Yes. Just tell him do whatever he wants to it. Because he's been doing some awesome work. You know, I was thinking about sending this one to him, and then he just did that sick pony stout. And so that's why I think the
yeah, but he didn't do a full tie pony stout.
no, it wasn't. It was the tie bolsters with the carbon fiber. But
and the first time he did it, Chef Rocky hated it. He had to redo
it. Yeah, these are the two that are most likely going to Dark Water, but definitely this one. Oh, full-size roach. No, it's not. No,
yes,
it's not. Yeah, it is.
Want to bet me?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, full-size roach. Yeah, that's a Grail knife.
Look at the edge on that. And yes, this knife has been used.
The ergos on that have to be awesome. Yeah, that saber tooth is going to be really cool.
I want to put studs on this. I really want to do that and flip or delete it.
Yeah. Really open up the ergos then.
Yeah.
Jesse, what's going on, my man? Member Kripple Krew Inc. I do not know what bearing Chapman knives run on personally.
What knife?
Chapman Lake, USA made.
No clue.
Looks like it was done on a wicked edge, says Bladed Ginger.
What's sitting right up there, brother? You know it.
Man, is the Talarus actually available yet?
Yes.
Because every time I've looked.
You need to have one of these, brother.
Yeah, I've got one of those too, the cheat sheet from Skiffs. Yeah, every time I've checked the Talarurus, Customs slowed them down. Not customs. They held them back because of the tariffs.
How many of y'all watch football and remember a guy named TJ Who's Manzana?
TJ Who's Your Mama?
Yeah. For the win. Super Bowl.
Oh, they actually are in stock now.
That's what that reminds me of. The Tyler Roberts.
Yeah. They're finally in stock. These Vosteed Talarurus from County Comm. I gotta get one.
That's not a bad price.
Another County Comm exclusive in Ultim.
I wanted to buy one the other day, and then I saw that Ultim. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that. I think that'll be my number one Vosteed when I get it. That thumb disc color has to change though.
Number one Vosteed, bro.
That blue looks horrible. Yes, it's a Topo Ultim. Yeah, I've got the first three Vosteeds and County Comms. Oh man, pulling them out again. There's one, and there's one. Got to go into the Ultim box. Now we've got the mini nightshade. Oh, grabbed the wrong knife. That's not a nightshade. Where's my full size? Need a bigger Ultim box.
Much better looking.
Definitely need a bigger Ultim box. I don't know where I put my full size. I just had it out the other day. But yeah, I've got the two nightshades and the corgi. But that Talaruru
Oh,
looks
did he stop?
awesome. Yes. Horny for warnies all day long. Everybody knows we horny for warnies. My favorite blade shape right here.
Actually,
Any straight edge warning.
That's not a warning.
What's
I'd
that?
call that a sax, wouldn't you?
A sax is a warning.
Yeah,
By
well,
definition, straight edge,
you get what I'm saying, though.
100%. But a sax is the original Wharncliffe.
Yeah. Okay.
But absolutely. Tell you what. This is dropping next month. Boker calls it their Wharncliffe. I'm not too keen. It's not a bad knife, but
It's not a Warncliffe.
it's not a true Wharncliffe. And Boker's trying to push this on their website for $98 or something like that.
And
It's $68 everywhere else once it finally drops. But
somebody need to be shouting at Zach.
this is one that I have not been able to get rid of, the button stick, to save my life. Can you hear that?
Yep.
That's some thick stick.
How many times you taken it apart and put it back together?
A couple times. Finally gave up on it.
Yeah.
Making it not stick. Yeah, poons are nice. Poon cliffs.
Clip.
Brian F says he likes Warren Cliffs about as strongly as he hates Kung Woos. I could see it.
Yeah, I can too.
I could see it like a broken blade. That's the Boker Plus quality control for you, for sure. For sure.
Look, Boker's got some good designs. They just need to change their steel and update their prices. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything's rocking about one level too low of steel and 2 levels too high on price.
Exactly my point. And I thought Zach was going to fix that. I really, truly did when he become their marketing director.
It's man with a catalog of over 10,000 SKUs. It's going to take some time. Their catalog is ridiculously huge. Yeah, the Kunmus do look good, even if everybody hates him. Ron Dobbins, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on, my man?
I'm not always say they look good. They feel pretty good too. Sorry, Brian.
I've always said Sax. That's just how I've always said it, is Sax.
I'm an ignorant bastard.
I could be 100% wrong, but I'll probably still keep saying it that way.
Ooh. This is one that I picked up the other day that I haven't shown. I don't think I've shown on here.
Ooh, the Lush.
I love this little knife, bro.
That reverse flick is so good. So good.
They do their I don't know what you call this, a bolster or
Yeah, bolster lock.
yeah, they do it so well.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. Conwoo's like the stripper with STD, looks good but never played with it.
I knew I could spark a reaction out of him.
Oh,
This is another one I picked up here recently.
fireball.
So, anybody going to pick up on the small boy?
Nah, I'm about it on the tall boy, but the small boy, I don't think is me. Yeah, I'm still going to end up trying to score one of those at some point.
The difference between this and what Mr. Deadly has, because it's carbon fiber and this one's titanium, they're two different knives, bro.
Yeah, Jim also said they felt completely different to him. Yeah, I know that the small boy is going to appeal to a lot of folks. It'll be a great fifth pocket.
This is what I have to say, though. This just fits my hand so perfectly.
Yeah, it's such a good knife.
Yeah, it is. And you can't ever go wrong with S90V. I just want to show this. And I know this is somebody really likes this knife in the chat. Brian.
The mash.
These
the
are
monster mash.
And you can see there's a lot of styling cues on that one that are on this one. Or that came from this one.
Yeah, Ron, the one track mind Zorn is pretty cool. I think I like the Ire a little bit better, but the Zorn is pretty wicked as well. I might have that backwards, but I think I liked the Ire a little bit better. Hey, brother, burgers are done and ready now.
We've been on 202.
Yep. I'm gonna go get me some dinner. I am starving.
We had New York style pizza tonight.
Nice. I always start this stream starts an hour before Mrs. Deadly's off work, so I don't do dinner before the stream.
I can hear your stomach rumbling sometimes.
Folks, I do want to remind everybody to make sure that you enter to win the TRM Tagalong Fixie, the Mad Yako Hank, and the Wuben G5 Flashlight by entering on yesterday's review of the Tagalong, and that we will be giving this away this Saturday, the 5th, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific. And when I do the drawing, you gotta be there to win. So just a reminder, a chance to win a sick little TRM Fixie. What were you gonna say, bro?
Oh no, I just wanted to remind everybody. Okay, the Kelly's auction.
Pinned comment.
It says that's going on till 9 o'clock June 6th, I do believe. So
and that is the pinned comment, folks.
Go ahead.
Currently, to check out that auction.
It's a nice dagger if you like daggers. Yeah, and you know Kelly always throws a little swag in there too.
And of course, it helps out our brother and sister Bluminati and Twisted Sis. So, I appreciate everybody kicking it with us tonight. Another great TNT. Anything you'd like to add, brother?
I'm good. I appreciate everybody, man. It's been a blast. We missed last week. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was traveling. That one was on me, but we back.
I mean, I could have come on, but I just wasn't feeling it last week. My bad on that, but hey, we got it figured out now. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, so now it's actually working to your channel as well.
Yeah,
Yay,
exactly.
yay.
So everybody have a good night, man. We love
Yeah.
you. We'll
Much
see you.
love to the EDC Familia and everybody. Have a wonderful Independence Day tomorrow.
Yeah, be safe.
249th birthday of the best country in the damn world. Enjoy it. And again, like Beardo said, don't lose any fingers or toes tomorrow.
I'm
If
gonna
you
say be
do,
something
it's on you. And then we'll see you all on Saturday. Stay safe, everybody. Stay frosty. And most importantly, stay deadly.
Have a good one. Peace.